Hey guys, welcome to blog post number 2. I'm driving in a car, so I figured I'd try a video version instead of a type version, so we'll see how it goes. Today I want to talk about the term minimal effective dose. I've heard this many times by a lot of great strength coaches talk about this term, and where it originated from was actually from the medical profession, meaning a patient comes to a doctor with a certain ailment. There's a drug to help cure that person. Well, there's a minimal amount of that drug required to fix the problem. Anything else over top of that is just kind of unnecessary, and that can be applied to the strength and conditioning profession for sure in a lot of different ways. If we're talking strength training, you get freshmen that just first walk in the door. Well, what type of training, the variety that they need, the sets and rep scheme is going to vary a lot compared to someone who's maybe only been in the program for a year or two now. And then even for those that have been in the program for 4 years, there could be a lot of variety there. So the key is, what kind of dose of load, variations, sets and reps is going to give each one of those athletes the best opportunity to adapt. With the more novice people, when they're first walking in the door, have a tendency to adapt better for more simple programming, not a lot of complex variety. Whereas if you have someone that's been in the program for four years or so, they might need a little bit more variety, might even throw in some accommodating resistance, things of that nature to kind of drive further adaptation. So if you got your novices, you can look at things like very simple 5x5 approach. Then as they progress, through the program, the older guys or gals might need to do more max effort type training, things like that. Just the other day, I kind of took this whole approach just in conditioning. I'm training my men's soccer team right now in the summer. There's a handful of guys that have been here for about 7 or 8 weeks now, training really hard conditioning-wise, trying to get their fitness up, ready for preseason that starts in 2 weeks. And then just yesterday, we had a few guys that came in from out of town that really, I asked them, have you been training with them, following the program, the progression that I've had throughout the summer? They said no. So, I as a strength coach, you want to be like, well, too bad, get in there and do it. Well, what I did is instead of making them do the whole volume for that day, kind of cut them back a little bit, just because, you want to be kind of the hard ass and tell them they got to stick in there and gut through it. Doesn't mean sometimes necessarily they should. So once I saw their, the fatigue get to a point where they really couldn't execute and they weren't keeping up with the rest of the guys, instead of just kind of letting them in there and hanging them out to dry, I took them out and I was like, look, just rest, recover, recuperate so they can come back tomorrow and they can get some adaptation, and then we can go again. By throwing them in through the whole workout might have been a little bit too much. So that's something I've changed definitely as I've gotten older and a little bit wiser, and I think it definitely gets a little bit better results. So remember, next time you got new guys coming in, let's think minimal effective dose. See ya.